Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. The Seiko new releases keep on flowing. Today, I have 3 new Presages that came out just now, I guess it's fall of 2022 for Seiko USA, and 3 other Presages that came out last year. I never brought them into the store. I'm not sure why. But I guess now that I've moved and I have so much more space, I'm just getting more and more inventory. So I'm going to show you these other new Arabic number Presages. Again, new to me, maybe new to you, but not new to Seiko. They came out about last year. My wrist check, I am wearing my Robin's Egg Blue Islander, back in stock towards the end of the year. And on my other wrist, a Javril 8-ball, maybe a watch you haven't seen. And depending on when this video gets released, there's actually a couple. I'm wearing the same watches for 2 videos in a row that I'm shooting. Not sure when they're going to come out. So maybe you've seen this already, or maybe you haven't. Anyway, that's it. Let us check out these 3+3 new Presages. So since it's all new to me, I'm going to start with the older ones. This is going to be models SRPE 41, 43, and 45. They are all going to be $425. The other ones, the newer releases are going to be a little bit more money, but not because they're newer. Seiko simply never changes their prices. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Their retails remain the same no matter how long a watch is out for. The price of a turtle is still the price of the turtle when it came out, 5 years ago. So these are all going to be $425. Again, notice there's no paperwork anymore, guys. You just get a warranty card in a sleeve that tells you how to get a manual, download a manual, or if you're old school, how to get the printed manual. These are all going to be $425. The other ones are going to be a bit more money. So I don't even know which one this is. I'm going to find out with you. It's the maroon dial. So these all have Arabic numbers. Of course, they're not going to have any loom, but they're all going to run on a 4R 35 movement. Okay, so this is SRPE 41. Like I said, there's going to be 2 more variants, a green dial and I believe a blue dial. It's 38.5 millimeters in diameter. Excellent size, really. This is perfect. The other ones you're going to see a little bit larger, but the first 3 I'm going to show you 38.5 millimeter. 11.8 thick to a it's hard Lex, but like Presage, it is a box hard Lex. You can see it sticking up there. It is 45.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. Excellent. Exhibition screw down case back. As you've heard me, as I mentioned, one of the other videos I did on the Seiko Essentials automatics that they just released for about $300. When you get to the Presage level, besides the better dials, you also get a gilt rotor. If you care, just so you know, it's there. So exhibition screw down case back, Hardlex crystal. It is a 20 millimeter leather strap. This comes on it's a very rich brown, if you will, almost it's very matching of the dial. Kind of a dark coffee color, if you will. It does, of course, come with a nice branded Seiko deployant buckle. Weighs 63 grams. Hand winds, hacks. One cookout will change the date. The date is done in a nice silver frame applied at the 3. Arabics and sticks are used for the numbering on the dial. The dial itself is a gradient dial. It starts off at a rich maroon in the center, and then it kind of graduates to a much darker color. I will just temporarily, like I like to do, just increase the exposure so you can see the dial a little bit better. I'm working on lighting. I feel like every video, I feel like every video I kind of take a step forward. Some videos I kind of take a step backwards in the lighting and in the audio setup. I'm mostly taking baby steps forward. This is another new video setup. I've got more stuff coming. I keep trying different things. And again, I read all your suggestions. Even if I don't reply to them, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, and I try something else. Okay, so this is 425 SRPE 41. And we'll go through the other 2 pretty quickly. This is the SRPE 43. All silver still, silver hands, silver numbers, silver case. look at that dial. Again, it's the same style dial. I don't even know what you'd call that pattern. It is a radial pattern. It's kind of triangle-y, almost fish scaly, if you will, but it is amazing. It is Seiko. Say what you want about them. They do dials. Amazing. And the size, 38.5. I don't know why I didn't. I know why I didn't get these last year. It was a space consideration. But now that I've got like 5,000 square feet to store watches, I can get more models. So this one's really nice. Wow. Yeah, it pops. Strap is so hard to tell in the light. A very, very deep blue color. Obviously, weight's the same, price is the same. Let's go on to the last one, the SRPE 45. It's a tad bit different. I don't know if they feel like the Alpinist was like one of the biggest hits they ever had as far as a color match or a color combination, but this kind of, my logo's crooked. I don't know why it happens. I know why it happens, but. Okay, green dial, gold hands and numbers, brown strap. Better than the Alpinist strap? I don't know, you decide. I know the Alpinist strap was always on the original SARB 017, always a bit of contention. But man, this just looks awesome. The green, the gold, almost a little bit like the Brookville, right? That ISL 180 that you either have seen already or you haven't. So I guess I shouldn't say that. Shh. Great looking green dial. Look how it catches the light. I'll do the same thing again with the exposure here because it is a little bit dark, the dial. Oh man, beautiful. Date's framed very well. Really nice looking. I'm going to try on the blue one real quick, and then we're going to get to the other 3 new releases. A little bit of a long video, but I wanted to kind of squeeze them all in. There we go. Looks amazing. Tell me, do you have what it takes to work in a watch store and not like bring everything home with you? It's kind of crazy when you think about it. This thing is awesome. I'm calling it fish scales. I don't know. Beautiful, beautiful looking. So there's the clasp. Like I said, to deploy it. You know, probably fits up to like a 7. Where are we? We're on the last. So I would say about a 7.5 or so inch wrist. It's probably made for slightly smaller wrists because it is only 38.5 in diameter. And now part 2 of the video. We're up to the new releases, the newness for 2022. We are looking at the SRPJ. We're going to look at the 13, the 15, and the 17. 2 of them are 450. One of them is 525, and you'll see why. Let's get into it. So, SRPJ 13. Same deal with the box. Remember, in case you skipped ahead, you don't get instruction manuals anymore. So stop emailing us and saying, how come you guys don't include manuals? You're clearly gray market, which we are not. So, on the theme of Seiko does dials, let's see if we can get enough detail in this one. So, go over the watch first, and then we'll get into the amazingness of it. So here we're a little bit larger. We're 39.5 millimeters. Still good, right? We're under 40. I know there's some groans going on, but still good. We're 11.8 thick still to that box Hardlex. We are 46 on the tip to tip, but if you have a sharp eye, you have already noticed something. Say it with me. Negative end links. H-link bracelet, kind of, with facets on it. Very nice. Exhibition, screw down, case back with the gilded rotor. 20 millimeter bracelet. Pins and collars, of course. No micro adjust though, because it is a butterfly double push button. See that? Butterfly deployant. Anything special on the tag? Don't think so. Just the price. It does run on a 4R35 movement, so hand winds, hacks, one click, whoops. I promise, there it goes. Hacks, one click out will change the date. Silver hands and numbers, beautiful polishing, nice facets, frame date, negative date, 120 grams on the bracelet. I do believe one of the other one, I'm looking for it, I'm sorry. One of them is going to be on a strap, so you'll see that one in a second. 450, 50 meters of water resistance. Okay, so let's come up on the dial. And of course, being Presage, it is made in Japan. You can see that at the bottom. I'm going to, again, just increase this just a skirmidgeon so you can see the patterning in the dial. I guess it's supposed to look like guilloche or guilloche. How do you say it? I'm going to go with guilloche. It's the way I've always pronounced it. An rose engine turned dial. Which, by the way, when I was in Basel once, I was at the factory of was it Chrono Swiss? Yeah. And I was watching the guy use an old rose engine to turn dials. Talk about old technology. So that's that. Back down, yep. So it looks really nice. It's a beautiful bracelet. The whole package is lovely. Again, this is going to go for $450. So then I'm going to jump up just the SRPH 17. It's the same price. It's on a strap, a brown leather strap, but they give you, of course, a nice buckle. So you don't get any concession on the price due to bracelet versus strap. This is, so you have the same texturing on the dial. This is a brown dial, coffee color, I guess, and it graduates to a very much darker, almost black at the periphery. And the hands, I'm going to just do it once, just so you can see it. The hands and the markers are done in rose gold. So again, with that, well, not again, but I always think that brown and gold, rose gold, just go together so well. So here you go. Now here you glow because there's no lume on these. Here you go. This is SRPJ 17 for $450. Last one. SRPJ 15. This is very interesting for them because it's almost, it's done in full IP. This guy's $525. It's done in full IP. Silver hands and markers, very similar with that brownish kind of dark gray dial. But sporty, dressy, it's everything. It actually reminds me a bit of, I'm going to say the Citizen Stiletto, although the stiletto is like 4 millimeters thin, but it's a quartz. Very, I guess, a different turn for them in the Presage family. Is this a dress watch? I'd say no. I'd say it's more of a sport casual watch with a little bit of flair to it. But it does look great, of course, and the dial work. We'll do it again. 1, 2. The dial looks amazing. Made in Japan, of course. Ta-da. And back down. Okay. There you go. So I'm going to try on the blue one. The first one I showed you, and then we'll be done with this long video. And here you go. Here's that blue dial on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It looks amazing. Love the way it fits and feels. And it just looks great. And that's going to wrap it up. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you, well, 6 new, to me, Seiko Presages. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else, put it down below and I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.